Hey everybody, welcome to another tutorial. It's been a while. I'm just going to do a tutorial this time on the Phoenix bundler that I wrote. The purpose of this, the Phoenix bundler, before you tune out here, is used for creating your own mods and packaging them up. It's a handy tool that I'm going to be referencing in all my future videos because I bundle everything using this tool I built. It used to be called Zipur's Toolbox, but it had a bunch of extra functionality in there that I decided to ditch for now. So the bundler is basically just an ability to create a software bundle or an add-on bundle of a bunch of files, version it, keep track of your versioning, put in license information, required minimum, maximum version numbers, and you can also automate some pre-install and post-install uninstall options on it. So I'm just going to give you a really quick tutorial on that. I've had a number of people ask me what I use to bundle up my packages. So, all right. So if you go over to phoenixaddons.com into the paid add-ons, you can buy it there. And I'll just give you a quick demo of how it works. So I've downloaded it already. So I'll just take these files and I will drop them into my install here. Okay, so now if I go to my admin and refresh, I have my Zipur's bundler here. So we're just going to create a simple bundle real quick just to kind of show you how it works. So I'm going to, this is a fresh install, so I don't have any custom code, so I'm going to just package up something that already exists. So we'll call this specials test, and we'll make it an install and remove. That'll make sense in a minute. So if I say this is just a test, and this is the required version, the maximum version. If this package is being installed using the bundler, it would adhere to these version numbers. If somebody obviously downloads and copies and pastes these right into the directory tree, it's going to bypass any sort of stopping them from doing that. Phoenix compatible and OS Commerce compatible. Release date, we'll just do today. Now this information, author, contact info, license, and copyrights, this is all pulled directly from the language files, so you could alter that so that the defaults for your new projects fall to whatever it is that you decide you want to use. Replacing the comments in all the PHP files. So by saying yes to this, what it'll actually do is all files that we bundle into this from our install, it will replace the top part of each of those files that articulates the author and the copyright and so on with whatever is in this file. So you're going to get, if our bundle is going to be version 1.0.6, let's say, and the previous version was 1.0.5, all the files are going to be replaced with 1.0.6 with a release date of this, with the author, contact, license, and comments and copyrights as articulated in the package. So it basically makes it so that if you're rolling out mods to distribute to people, it saves you a ton of time. And the reason I spent the time to write this was because it was taking me a ton of time to figure out a way of doing that in a quick and easy fashion. So randomizing development zip file. So all this does is it puts random characters in front of the zip files. So if it's a paid add-on or something like that that you're uploading to a site, it would normally be called special test _1_0_6.zip. By saying yes to this, it'll actually put a random bit of gobbledygook in front of that so that it's harder for people to guess the download file name. For this, I'm just going to leave that off. So pre-install actions, you can actually add 3 different types here. So Ajax, what this will let you do is you could actually say you wanted to remove, and I'm just going to copy from the example here. This would actually turn off the order total tax module prior to installing the files. So you can do that. You could say I want to add an action of SQL and create table, whatever that's going to be. You could create that SQL, and it can be multi-line, so you can add as many lines as you want to that SQL action. And you could even delete some files if there was going to be some sort of a conflict with, if you move things around in this version and you no longer need old files, you can do that. For this example, I'm not going to do any of that. For files, we're just going to use the box module specials. So if I take each of these, so I can just copy those over just like that. So now they're part of this package. Post-install actions, same thing as I had up at the top there. I can actually add Ajax where I install. So I could turn off mods here, to return them on here once files are replaced. As a result, any new file changes that were in those modules would get introduced to the database. I know a lot of the upgrades in Phoenix kind of articulate that you have to disable this mod, install these files, run the SQL, then reinstall the mod. This would take care of that if you used it for creating upgrades. Same thing, files delete. You can use it the same way. Uninstall actions. So what this lets you do is, again, this will become clear in a minute, but once I have the bundle created, if I'm using the bundler, I can actually install and remove files directly from my install of Phoenix. So say, for example, I wanted to build a mod that does something, build this bundle, package everything up, version it, but then I want to remove it from my install and then at a later date reinstall it if I need to go make changes to it. And that way I don't pollute my entire development tree with all kinds of mods for all kinds of people. I've only got the mods installed that I need, and I can turn them off and turn them back on as required. So for this example, what I could do, now that I think about it, is I'll just do a remove of modules, boxes, BM specials, and post install, I will do a Ajax of install that same module. And then as an uninstall, I'm going to do an Ajax of remove that mod and file delete. And I'm going to click this gray button here, which is going to copy in the files that I have in my file tree, which just saves me from copying and pasting. So those files now will get removed, but they'll still be in my package. So they're still, available to me if I want to reinstall. So now if I save the bundle, I now have my special test. I can see that it's currently installed because I have a reinstall option. If I did click reinstall, it would just put the files back into the tree. So just to give you an idea of what this just did, if I go back into our directory tree here, and this might take a second, so I might just have to skip ahead on the video. Okay, so I've got my updates. It created this bundle. Okay, so the bundle is basically special test 106. The update file here has all of the information that I typed in. So this is where all the instructions are stored. And it has in this includes directory all the files required. Now, if there was any admin files, there would also be an admin folder here. If there's an ext folder required, it would be here as well. So all the root folders would be there with all their files. So what this now frees me up to do, if I wanted to, is I could say uninstall. So it's uninstalled. So now if I was to go click bundles, I can see now I'm at the install option, but it's actually removed that package from Phoenix. So I no longer have specials in my store, which allows me to, again, not have that package conflicting with other things that I'm developing. If for some reason I find a bug or somebody reports a problem and I want to up this to a new version, I can actually install it. And now it's installed. So now I could go edit the files using my editor. And once I was done, and again, I wouldn't be editing in this area, I'd be editing where the files actually exist. So if I was to go under includes, modules, boxes, this file here, and I made a change, Yeah, there we go. So our language file, or sorry, our comment section did update on the server. And it tells you that it was packaged with the bundler. So I could go make the changes to this file, test them in my environment, and then I could just simply edit this, change it to version 7. Nothing changes. I haven't introduced any new file changes or anything else. I just basically saved the bundle. Now I have version 7 right here, 107. 106 is still in the tree. I could keep it if I wanted to, but I could also just delete that. Again, all that's going to do is delete my updates files. It's not going to delete anything from the tree of my install. And I only have version 106 installed because by creating this, it doesn't change any of the files in my tree. It only changes the update files. So again, if I go to the admin directory and I update this, so everything inside here would have comments that talk about the versioning as being version 107, but the actual files that reside in the tree of my actual install are unaltered. They still say 106 from the previous install that I did. I would have to just do an upgrade to get those to update to the latest package information. Now, if I'm developing in this tree, it really doesn't matter that they say 106 on it, because when I push out 107 and 108 and 109, it's going to reversion those bundles that I zip up and distribute to people. So it really doesn't matter in my development environment what version is on those files. Now, to download a zip file, I simply click on the zip icon, save that, which gives me, just get rid of that, which gives me our bundle. And I basically just double click on that. And now, so I could distribute this to people using the zip file. And inside there, they just have everything that they need to install this package. And if I was to look at these files, I'd be able to see that they're version 107. They have all of my information in them. It actually automatically marks the files, marks the directories they belong in, does everything for you so that you don't have to. Now you could, if you're using the bundler, say for example you have 2 developers and you want to distribute a bundle between developers, you can download the bundle version. And what that does is it just has the extra update PHP file in it, which carries with it all of the settings of the bundle so that that can be maintained across multiple users. Again, I don't know if anybody's interested in that functionality, but for me, that's the important piece that allows it to know how to uninstall it, how to delete it, reinstall. All that stuff comes from that extra updates file. But if you're distributing it to people that aren't using the bundler, obviously just the regular zip file would be all that's required. So just a reminder, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know I've been saying this for a long time, but I am planning on doing a whole bunch of videos here shortly. I've got some time coming up over this coming weekend that I plan on doing a bunch of videos. The reason I talked about this bundler was specifically because I'm going to be mentioning it a lot, and I just figured it would be a way of me pointing back to it to explain to people what is being used to package these up. So keep watching. Give me a like if you like the videos. Until next time.